Hello everybody and welcome to another quick tips and tricks guide, this time featuring the Imperious Races of Skyrim overhaul mod by Enai-Rim. This time we'll specifically be talking about shared ancestry, an ability granted to Bretons after certain requirements are met. Basically, this ability allows you to take the racial ability of a target NPC for a limited amount of time, but it's also a greater power. So you can only use it once every 24 in-game hours, which is quite a long cooldown. So I want to take the rest of this video to talk about how best to use this ability, some common pitfalls to watch out for so that you don't waste it, and finally some strategies that you'll want to employ to be able to use this ability more consistently. So basically you unlock the shared ancestry ability by finding all of the standing stones peppered throughout Skyrim with your Breton character. Now once you do that, you will be granted the shared ancestry ability, which is a greater power, as I'd mentioned. And this is another one of those things where the trajectory of the ability is matched to the direction that your character is facing. So I would recommend always switching into first-person view in order to use this. Then you'll just want to cast the power. And look at that, we have the Dunmer Spirit Walk ability. This is a cool ability, it's one of my favorites, and what it does is it allows you to expend some spirit favor to summon 2 random invulnerable ancestors for 45 seconds. So you get some invulnerable ghosts fighting for you for the full 45 seconds, they won't die, they won't become hurt, and I believe that you can also cast this without having to gain the spirit favor that a Dunmer would need by killing the targets of the Whisper's passive. There we go. So we should actually get 2 of these. It looks like only one of them has popped up now. The Agent Breton's ancestor is a Dunmer somehow, but that's okay. He'll fight alongside us, no problem. So now really quick, a few things to watch out for. So this ability only works against human and elven NPCs. This excludes, of course, Bretons, because they don't have a racial ability of their own. Their racial ability is to steal the racial ability of a target. Also excluded from this list are Argonians and Khajiit. Since they are beast races, they are neither human nor elves. So unless you want to waste this greater ability, which has a 24-hour in-game cooldown, don't try to cast it on Bretons, Khajiit, or Argonians. And I'm not going to go over all the different abilities for all the different races. I will leave that to you. Just go ahead and look it up on the Nexus page. I will link to that in the description below. That being said, there are a few hidden powers, a few hidden racial abilities that are quite strong that you might not think about, that you can steal from enemy NPCs. Namely, these are Draugr, Dragon Priest, Falmer, and Hagravens. So the Draugr ability is actually really cool. Let's go ahead and cast Shared Ancestry on him. Now up in the top left, we see that we have a power added called Mindless Strength. Let's take a look at that. So as we can see here, if we activate this power, we will take no damage from attacks and elemental spells and become immune to stagger for 10 seconds. Basically, we're invincible against most attacks for a full 10 seconds. That doesn't sound like a whole lot of time, but in the heat of battle, 10 seconds can seem like forever. Next up, we have the Falmer, and that gives us the Tremor Sense ability. Let's see what that is. Okay, so Tremor Sense gives you an ability that allows you to sense moving targets within 150 feet for 60 seconds, and sneaking is 15% better for each enemy sensed. So this would be great for your sneaky archer or assassin build. All right, next up we have the Dragon Priest. What does this give us? Power Incarnate. This power gives us a massive explosion of draconic fire, frost, and shock that tosses targets and deals 150 damage per element. Quite powerful and dramatic. And then finally, we have the Hagraven. Stormcrow. This one gives us an ability that drains 5 points of health and magicka per second from each enemy nearby for 20 seconds. As you can see, these hidden abilities are all very powerful, and I would recommend using them every opportunity you get. Okay, so finally, let's talk about strategy here a little bit and how to use this a little more consistently. Well, the main piece of advice that I have for you is to take a look at the Nexus mod page, find a racial ability that you would like to make use of, and then find a follower of that race. I'm a big fan of the Dunmer Spirit Walk ability, as I demonstrated earlier. You can find a couple of great followers that are Dunmer. One of them is Janassa here. She is the sellsword in Whiterun in the archery shop. She's available right away as long as you have the 500 gold to pay her. She will follow you. And then you have a Dunmer at your side at all times that you can cast the Shared Ancestry power on in order to get the Spirit Walk ability. This is great if you're not playing a sneaky character and you can't get close to an enemy to steal their ability. You'll always have a friend nearby to take theirs. You can find followers of most races, I think, except for Altmer. The Altmer racial ability is Contingency, which is great and has a lot of utility. I run a mod called Interesting NPCs, and the follower called Rumarin actually fills that void quite nicely. But if you're not running a mod that adds Altmer followers, you won't be able to find those. But everything else, you should be able to find easily enough. And that does it for another quick one. If you found this helpful, please do like and subscribe. I also do permadeath live streams every Saturday at 6 p.m. UTC. I play at legendary difficulty, and I do a lot of random rolls, so it ends up being more of like a challenging roguelike or roguelite experience. I also do some of these tips and tricks videos from time to time, and I also do very comprehensive, in-depth build videos, so you do get a very good value for the free clicks. So click the buttons, will ya? And that does it for me for this one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.